Otherwise your job will not be there, you will be fired. So job security also depends upon your skills, how you are actually doing your work. That also is based on this tenure. And on the other hand, in the absence of job security, the person will not give his 100% of performances. So job security here is very very important principles of management. If you are giving the right to that secured person, definitely he will contribute 100% of his contribution. That will be having a good welfare for the organization. He will be managing the administration, he will be able to do whatever work the superiors are given to him. Then 13th one comes equity. Equity. What is the term equity means? So the word equity is nothing but quality. Okay, the quality of doing anything fair and good. You can simply say good performance, good performances. And another thing also comes under this equity means, you can see equity, equality, equality. So in equity, both these two terms will come. One is good performance, second is equality. See, in the job, especially sometimes when the people are working in the, or when the workers are working in the organization, the superiors will be there, subordinates will be there. Both of them have the equal rights, right? And in fact, all group of people will be there. Sometimes see, uh, the in the work atmosphere, some kind of a impartiality you can also see based on the gender. The gender inequality you can see in some places of the society. You can see in the MNC companies sometimes. And not only this one, we cannot mention that only in particular place like this it will happen. Generally society is male dominated, and we can see that women are considered secondary comparative to the males, and more importance is given to the males. So in the MNC companies also, and wherever you see, mostly men will be working more comparative to the women's. And this kind of a inequality must not be there. When both the male and female are giving their 100% of a performance, good performance they are giving, why such kind of a inequality must be there? And based on male and female, based on the gender on also, sometimes in some kind of a working places the salary is fixed. So salary must not be fixed based on gender. There must not be any kind of a differences among this gender. Male and female differentiation must not happen when they are giving their full performances. Women must also be given the equal importance, and the impartiality must not happen. Second thing is that caste system. At the work atmosphere, the caste system, religion system must not come. If that is the case, definitely you can see any kind of a conflict or a fight. So again it will damage the reputation of a company, because the employees will not work together. Coordination will not be there. If anything is happening based on the religion, definitely the coordination will not be there among the employees. So these kind of a caste systems and some kind of a other kind of a things must not be included in this equity. As a result, what will happen, it may spoil or it may damage the reputation of a company, it may damage your project also. Then 14th one, Esprit de Corps. See, this is a French word. So Esprit de Corps, that means being spirit filled. So sometimes see, everyone in an organization, will not be fully spirited people. Spirit, that means, for example, team spirit. Sometimes the person will be very spiritful person, and he will do each and every work very honestly, very nicely, very good, and 100% kind of a performances he will be always giving. And from his side, no complaints, no any kind of a conflicts, nothing will be there. The employee will have a very good name. So team spirit, what is this team spirit means? When the members are working in a one team, everyone should work hard equally, irrespective of caste, religion, gender. Those things must not come. Team spirit is very very important. I think you know what is this team spirit means. So in the cricket teams also, if everybody is having that kind of a responsibility, everybody is mingling with each other, definitely they will win in a match. So team spirit is very very important in a fulfilling of any kind of a project in the organization. So everyone in an organization should do their task, do their goal under the guidance of a team spirit. The boosting, the encouragement, the initiative nature, innovative nature, creativity, all these comes under the team spirit. In fact, any organization cannot attain its goal efficiently when the team spirit is not there. If the team is very weak, not hardworking, they will take it everything very light. They are not doing any kind of a work. They are simply doing time pass. Definitely, that is not called as a team spirit. In order to fulfill the goal or a task or to complete the project, you have to have this team spirit. So it is very clear that the team spirit is too very very important in an organization among the group of a people, so that they can achieve the organizational goals in a very very effective way. So all these 14 are a very very important aspect in the principles of a management. Now we move to the next very important topic, that is management theories. Management theories. So what is generally the word theory means? The word theory is nothing but anything which is about to be explained, or the system of idea which is intended to explain something. That means something they wanted to tell you. So that is called as a theory, a system of idea which is intended to tell you something about some in anything. It may be like what we call the laws, or it may be like any physics, especially related to physics. We can see the gravitational pull. What is that? The gravitational pull. The earth is actually having a gravity. It is pulling each and every object toward itself. This is one kind of a theory which is actually explaining you about something. And what it is explaining you? It is explaining you about the gravity. So that is called as a theory. So in case of a management also, some kind of a theories are there which will explain how the management has evolved in the 1800 and in the 1900, and how they have slowly transformed themselves, and now they have been a modern in each and every aspects. So the approach to management ideology is continued till now in the present generation, and the process of development of the management are divided into three main headings. That is classical approach, neoclassical approach, And third one is modern approach. So classical approach, neoclassical approach, and modern approach. All these are actually three different types. And every approach can be further subdivided into some kind of a branches. I'll draw it that one. Classical, second neoclassical, and third is modern. That means classical approach, neoclassical approach, and modern approach. So here this classical is further subdivided into scientific management approach, administrative, bureaucrative. Three different types are there. And this neoclassical, these are again classified into two types. One is human relation approach. Second one, behavioral science. And third is modern approaches. These modern approaches are of four different types. Quantitative approach, system approach, and third one, one more is there, fourth one. That fourth one is being deleted out in your syllabus. So we have only the three different types. Contingency approach. Earlier, one more used to be there in this modern approach, but now they have actually deleted that concept from this topic. So these are actually the management theories with respect to the models, how to study and how to understand the management theory. So classical approach, neoclassical approach, and modern approaches. So classical approaches means it states that it is generally being introduced in the year of 1900, and here this principle is, you can also see even in the today's world. This theory says that a man is actually inactive source of production and it is important to control him. A man is inactive as a source of production. That means he is inactive. By himself alone, he cannot do any kind of a work. According to the classical theory, he is inactive means without any kind of a machine, without any kind of a money, he cannot do anything. That is called as the classical approach or classical theory. And he is inactive in a source of production and it is very important to control him. And it also believes that the employee can be motivated by the economic incentives. So incentives, I think you know what is this incentive means. I'll give a small homework for you. Try to find out what is economic incentives. What is it? Economic incentives. You try to find out. And this classical approach which is there, this is further classified into three different types: scientific management approach, administrative approach, and bureaucratic or bureaucratism approach. So three different types are there. So here in this scientific, that means scientific means anything which is actually related to the science. It may be computer or it may be any production, like that. So the scientific approaches, how the scientific approaches are being employed for the management of a organization, what kind of a things are to be kept in mind. And in this case, when a work is given, when a job is given to a certain person, how he is actually doing scientifically by using the machines, that is called as a scientific approach. And administrative, so here the word itself tell you it's everything about the administration. That means the contribution given by the administration. And here I felt that some activities of a business could be divided into some groups like technical, commercial, financial, security, accounting, managerial. We will read each and everything when I take up this administrative management. So he is telling that how all these features are actually working within a management. Then bureaucratic. So bureaucratic, generally here the father bureaucracy was actually German sociologist who has studied various business and government organization and identified three basic forms of a business administration, such as we have this leader oriented, tradition oriented, and bureaucratic administration. We will read all these things one by one when I take up each and every topic. Just I am highlighting now that what is included in this case. So in an organization, how actually the person is unable to meet all the functions of a management when the bureaucratic or when the bureaucracy is actually not fulfilling their needs. In the bureau, in the government and the non-government, what kind of a functional management or what kind of a management is actually being going on? All these we will read. Then second one is the neoclassical. So in this neoclassical approach, it basically understands the importance of a human resources. The importance of human resource. And under this case, we can also compare the nature of classical and the nature of neoclassical. So under the classical approach, we have seen that human resources is ignored. That means the human is inactive with the source of production. And much importance is given to work and physical resources only. On the other hand, this kind of a neoclassical approach understands the importance of a human work. That means workers are given more importance. The human work is given more importance comparative to the classical. The classical says that human work is not important, is the machine work is important. But neoclassical theory says that it is the human work which is very necessary, very important comparative to the machine work. And here in this case again you have two different types. One is the human relations and the second one you have this behavioral. So human relations, so how actually the human relationship in the work atmosphere is very important. And here this theory emphasizes the importance of a human and social factors and also the individual as well as a group relationship. So file is giving more importance to job content and also how the worker or the human is actually working smoothly with the management of a physical resources. Whereas the behavioral science movement or behavioral sciences, this also being started in the 1900s, and this behavioral sciences movement has drawn heavily on the work of some important theories. All those things we will be continuing in the next classes.